Oh, and nice to see some people who were playing in the tournament, hanging around, getting some friendlies.
That's always good to see.
Yep. They might be PM each other the stage selection. Yep, looks like
I
it.
see. Interesting. Joker switch up.
All right, let's hop into the full game.
Now, we have not seen Gargant's Joker yet on stream. I don't know if he's used it in matches off stream. But a bit about this character. Funny enough, people have been saying that, wow, Joker is one of the best characters offline. He is, in my humble opinion, I think that he's either top 1 or top 2 in the entire game.
Wow,
He just,
okay.
his guns are an unblockable, unreflectable projectile. That the only way you can do it is by shielding or by jumping out of the way of them. And with that, you also have a poison-style projectile that is really hard to get out of the way of. And on top of all of that, he has a really good comeback mechanic, which is Arsene. And it basically gives him double hit effects on all of his moves, as well as much bigger hitboxes and some of the fastest frame data in the entire game, along with that 3-frame back air, which is insanely huge. And I think the switch for this matchup is, the idea behind this is combos and damage. And all of those projectiles that King K. Rool can throw out, Joker can either just take the damage and get Arsene faster, which will then lead him up to getting more and more reflect time, since he can then build up that meter. But at the same time, the character is a lot of like very well-timed inputs, and because of that, we may see some times where Gargant just isn't able to get the hit, get the stock even, just because he may have missed a combo, dropped a combo. He's very challenging to play, and at the pro level, you only have one good Joker player. Ironically, though, it's the best player in the world. So there might be some correlation. I don't know. As we're seeing some really good neutral. One of the reasons why I love PS2 is that because the game takes so long for the first stock, I guess 2 stocks now. I was just gonna mention that players really feel each other out on these first stocks, and it takes a bit of time, and then as it goes through all the stocks, it just ramps up the speed faster and faster. And we're seeing that down throw. Nothing off of it though. Tried to go for a dash check, I believe, but missed. It's a bit low percent, too early to go for. That nair, trying to get something else off of it. Another down throw, fair, up tilt, interesting. Wonder if that was a misinput. I personally would have gone for up air. Really good movement coming out from Gargant here, which is why he just took that stock, I believe, with the up smash. And another thing is just that this is so smart right here from Horns Up, actually. I was just going to mention this.
Taking that break.
Yes, but beyond just a mentality standpoint, because you are up there on the engine platform, you have full invulnerability. Joker cannot touch you. You allow the meter for Joker to dissipate.
Gotcha.
And it is just so much easier to play Joker when he is not in that Arsene state. Like, especially as a heavy like King K. Rool, you really do not want to deal with the large hitboxes, the fast moves, and the double damage, essentially, that comes out when you could just face him at a bit weaker of a state. And even without it, he's still a crazy character. But nice shield there. Really good reaction, but nice air dodge there. Only has tether. Doesn't do anything much about it. Ooh. Nice. That forward smash at the end sold it. Really good job from Gargant in that game 1. I wonder if we'll see a switch to Bowser in this matchup. I'm not sure personally how well King K. Rool fares in this matchup, but I'm sure it's not very good. Joker has so many great matchups, and heavies are not that hard for him to deal with. It's just combo and damage, and on top of that, Joker is one of the hardest characters to hit because of how his hurt box shifts when he runs.
Yeah.
He goes from standing straight up into that like anime style running, and it's just so low to the ground that a lot of characters kind of just whiff their attacks because Joker is like so low.
Yeah. No, it's perfect. I want to give real quick shouts out, man, to Fort Manor for my sweatshirt, man. I saw the black and gold one yesterday, and I said it's a must-have, and they held on to one for me. I'm working on a couple projects, so yeah, I want to give a quick shout-outs to them as well as we get ready to go into game number 2 of Losers Finals, funny enough.
Yeah.
So I know you were suggesting the Bowser as one potential update or something that I was going to say that Horns Up could probably do. You didn't like his King Cruel in that one? You think that maybe underperformed?
Personally, I think it's not so much underperforming, but just it's like using a shovel for something that requires a pickaxe. Like, you see, King K. Rool has certain tools. He has those projectiles, but like in that matchup, Joker is just so quick and so nimble that projectiles are kind of a waste. Like,
right.
It's just unfortunate that he's able to just jump over them, and since they're so slow, it's so easy to punish. But what's this? Double switches.
Double switch.
And so ZSS, another character we've seen a bunch of from Haven Lost. Another character I would say in Japan, she's actually preferred to be they believe she is the #1 character in the game. She's definitely a top 5 candidate. She has an invincible down B, which allows so many movement options. She has a frame 1 jab, so like she has one of the quickest physical attacks in the game. Really hard to punish. She has a really good ladder combo once she's in the air. All of her moves can combo. Hard hitting moves, really good grabs. Oh, the whole 9 yards. I think that the thought process here was just, I'm assuming just wants to get around those projectiles in an easier way with that down B, as well as just continue to combo these heavy characters. Whereas Horns Up, I like the Bowser switch, regardless of what character he's playing against. Bowser, a character, is gonna live super long, and on a stage like Yoshi's, is gonna have ways to get around these ZSS moves. And ZSS, despite her being a fully grown woman, she is rather light compared to a lot of the cast at her size and structure. She's not as light as Sephiroth is, but she's light enough to where she could die at 70 to a Bowser F smash. And especially now with Rage on Bowser, she made the loser stock even earlier. Like, I could say 50. But with that down smash into up B, that's gonna be a stock. Great stuff. It's traditional ZSS style stuff coming out from Gargant. Now, I don't know what the switch to ZSS was for. I'm not sure, like, because both characters are good enough to where on their own, I think that they do, like, benefit from playing either of these characters' matchups alone.
Yeah.
But I just think that the Joker alone is, like, Joker is just so hard to hit, and his neutral is so balanced in the sense that all of his tools can be used really anywhere, whereas ZSS, her tools are primarily used in the air, and a lot of her moves, like her up tilt and her down tilt, just aren't really good enough to be used often. Like, you really only want to be using like those nairs, those jabs, those up tilt, the up air. And you're seeing kind of Bowser, because he can live for so long, you're kind of seeing him take full advantage of ZSS's options. And there it is, that down air. This triplat is really helping out Bowser in this stage. I really like this pick for him. It just gives him so many options rather than playing a PS2 with only 1 or 2 platforms. Oh wow, you can see that ended right here. And we do.
Horns Up coming back with a really strong victory right there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a switch back to Joker or even Falcon. Right here, I think Gargant was scared just over the fact that he might get hit by another 2-frame down tilt and was trying to like just barely grab ledge, but unfortunately, because of that, it just made him get way too low. I'm pretty certain though that ZSS also has a wall jump, and so in that situation, he probably could have just went a bit lower, wall jumped, and then up B just to stall out even longer.
Yeah. All right, well, with that, we're tied up at 1-1 apiece. And losers finals, this best 3 out of 5 matchup. Just once again, a quick reminder, you guys can hop into our Discord server and onto our challenge page. You guys will get updates for our Power Rangers Battle of the Grid tournament that's coming up this week as well. And let's go ahead and hop into full game.
Yeah, and like I kind of predicted earlier, is back to PS2 makes sense, and on top of that, we're seeing that Joker again, and I definitely think that it's just, like I said, Joker is just far more balanced in terms of like what his moves do and what his kit does, and I think that regardless of who Joker faces, besides maybe a very select few characters, he'll do fine against almost any character. Like, even the few that he does have troubles with, we haven't seen tonight. That's how few, like, characters really do challenge his character. And when played well, which Gargant is definitely, this is the type of gameplay you're going to see, the 130 damage, whereas the amount of damage that Horns Up is able to even do on this time around has been pretty minimal. And on top of that, you have to worry about that meter, which as you hit him, you're only racking up, getting closer and closer. And out here, Papa Arsene. Gets around that up B, or the up smash rather. Nice, really getting that away. There it goes. And honestly, Joker's one weakness in Arsene is his recovery. That up B, unlike Pitts, I believe, and unlike Villager and other characters that have that kind of like just fly upwards up B, his up B when he's flying like that has no invincibility on it. So all you have to do really to counter it is wait at ledge and just throw out a hitbox essentially that will like catch him before he can grab ledge. And it's a bit easier said than done, but Bowser has the tools to do it. He has fair or F tilt. He does have fair, which hits 180 degrees. He has down tilt, which is the best move for it, and down smash. So he has all of the tools necessary. And that flame breath that he used definitely was the tool that was able to get rid of that Arsene much quicker than it would have expected to. Which gave Horns Up some really decent 50% extra credit. So that's another thing, is that Joker has no meter right now. So by the time we see the next Arsene, oh no, now it's not a good sign.
You're right.
Gargant, yeah. Gargant, the next time we see Arsene will be near like 130 or so. I mean, maybe a bit earlier, let's say like 110, just for the sake of it. But by the time he gets there, he'll have so much rage, as well as just Arsene, that it might be over rather quickly. And here it comes, it's about pop.
Yep.
Here it goes, 150%, almost max rage as well. So you have one of the most damaging, never mind. It would have been so devastating. Really good stuff from Horns Up to get that out of his face and out of his mind. You do not want to have to play against Joker when he has that type of pressure on you. And on top of that, besides just the damage changes he gets in the recovery changes, his gun special, his neutral B, also changes to a rapid 3-burst pistol, as well as his side B becomes a larger, harder to get around side B, and it, I believe, also does more damage in general as the poison damage.
Gotcha.
So it's just so much that you have to worry about in this state. Really good stuff. Oh, nice use of that flame breath to kind of just keep him off until the Arsene's completely gone. But nice.
Oh,
really good back there.
Horns Up going 2 up, correct?
2-1, yeah.
2-1. Let's catch the instant replay on that.
I didn't even realize he could get the back air there. I think he might. Let's see, what did he do? Gets back on ledge. Really good stuff. shields, baits out the legend roll, pushes him up just a little bit, jumps, gets on the platform, jumps again, then just does full hop back air. And on top of doing more damage, full hops just, they really do throw off timing, because a lot of times people will expect you to just do the macro for short hop back air, which is just like pushing both the X or whatever jump button and your attack button at the same time. And whereas full hops, you get to jump so high that players are like, all right, I have more time to like dash dance, go back, and then approach again instead of just running underneath. And that really just allowed Horns Up to take full advantage of that.
Cool. I'm going to grab something at the door real quick, and I'll leave it in full game mode for commentary.
Sounds good. How are we doing, chat? The drop kick, definitely Phil. And we're seeing the switch to Mega Man? What the heck is going on? Alright, so here in losers finals of this challenger bracket, we're seeing Horns Up 2-1 over Gargant in this best of 5. And they're going to Battlefield, which definitely a good pick for Bowser, but I can understand why the Mega Man would want to go here. We're going to be seeing some really good play from all of these juggles and projectiles, but at the same time, I think Horns Up has got the download. He's played Mega Mans in the past, and I think that projectiles do not scare this man. Let's see. We're seeing some up airs being thrown out here. Damage is racking up. Definitely. BW is here in spirit in this challengers bracket, having this Mega Man being shown off multiple times. And another thing about Gargant that definitely should be appreciated is that Gargant seems to have just so much character knowledge and lots of characters. I'm not sure if he normally plays this many characters in bracket, or if this is more so just him throwing out characters he thinks will work in the moment. And when you have this much skill as a player, where you're able to just throw out a character comfortably and play against these types of players at their best, it's pretty showing of a player's skill. But right now, we're showing Horns Up with his skill as he gets that extra credit with 22%. And while it's not a lot, it's just enough, like, mentally to keep himself in that mind game. In that,
I missed the first stock.
Yeah, it was really well. It just happened. Gargant was able to just recently take out Horns Up of his first stock. But it seems like Horns Up is still really getting that damage on, even like it's like Bowser lives so long that it's almost like he has another stock. And I think that Bowser, it's like he gets extra credit just for being in the percent lead sometimes. Whereas like some matchups, like Bowser really does need that percent, or that stock lead rather. Nice back air, and that's gonna keep that stock lead for Horns Up at a pretty low percent. I don't think, unless we get some crazy spike or anything, that stock's gonna stay for a bit. And these Battlefield platforms, while you might think that they aren't the most helpful for somebody like Bowser who wants to kind of fall on top of you, it does create this kind of movement option that Horns Up wouldn't have if he was playing on PS2, where he's able to jump, go up high, and then throw out these these down airs and back airs pretty safely. Funny enough, this is very Chompy mentioned this in chat, was that had Horns Up went King K. Rool, it would have been the same matchup from last week with Handyman and BW on this exact stage, I believe, too. Ooh! And there it is, the up smash out of shield, or I don't know if it was out of shield, but definitely up smash. And Bowser's heavy armor with the up smash was able to take that final game in that best of 5. Really good stuff shown from Horns Up.
Horns Up going up 3-1 and going into winners or grand finals rather.
Congratulations to him.
Yep. So we've got 2 newcomers hopping into grand finals this week. Gargant versus Horns Up in our Challenger series. and Horns Up graduating to Grand Finals against Zoki. And we're going to catch the continuation of that. We haven't seen Zoki in here for a while. Looks like he just went ahead and used the command, so he should be in here in a second. Predictions, Cherry, for our last match of the night.
You know, I think that Horns Up has really shown off his stuff these past couple sets that we've watched him play. And earlier in the night, I would have said
it would have been hands down Zoki, yeah.
Yes, by far. But I mean, that is why he's on winner's side. He is really shown his stuff tonight, and I think that Horns Up, honestly, it might just be a factor that a lot of players, they do have really amazing losers runs. Yeah. A lot of the best players are able to stay warm, always be in that condition of like, when's my next match? When's my next match? Can I stay warm? And a lot of players who get stuck in winners, they're iced for so long that, like, I have this problem myself, is that if I'm iced for too long, I like lose my train of thought. I lose that tunnel vision and that center of focus that you kind of get when you're like in this situation where you have to keep like playing, you know. And I don't know. I'm not sure who could win this. I would like to say
let's throw the poll up. Well, I'm not going to make you be the one to have to answer for everybody.